If you have ever felt like you're doing all the right things in your business, you're showing up, you're creating content, you're being visible, but your calendar is unpredictable, your income is unpredictable, you are not alone. And more importantly, I want you to hear me when I say this, that you are not broken. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly the system I use and the system I teach my clients to become fully booked in a way that feels calm, sustainable, intentional, and most importantly, predictable and profitable. Now, this is not about doing more, and this is not about chasing algorithm or trends. I'm not going to teach you how to hack Instagram or TikTok and all of those things. I'm going to teach you a sustainable way to become fully booked, to become hugely profitable. It's about installing a simple, repeatable system that turns visibility into clients in a consistent way. Now, I want you to hear me when I say this. There is so much shame in the industry about how much we have invested that hasn't panned out. Okay. And I don't want you to feel that shame. I say this because I personally, over the course of 3 years, I invested $180,000 on different certifications, courses, programs, business retreats. And sometimes it can feel shameful that we've invested all of these monies and we've not gotten a return back. Now, when I added all these sums, I was taken aback by how much I had invested over the course of 3 years. In fact, the life coach school where I graduated, that alone was $21,000. $21,000 for my coaching certification. I also went through Les Brown's program where I paid $15,000 and I was supposed to learn how to speak in his academy. I was supposed to write a book with him, and they were supposed to give me all of these marketing assets. None of that was done. And it just breaks my heart that we as entrepreneurs, we invest in all of these big coaches and they don't live up to expectations. Apart from that, there was another guy called Alex Smil from the UK. His program was called Sell What You Know, and I invested over $10,000 in his program. I have invested in Bob Proctor's program, Tony Robbins's program, Russell Brunson's program. The list is so long that it breaks my heart that I invested all of those monies. Now, I invested all of those monies and had zero clients. Zero. Okay. The work I had to do was internal. So I stopped chasing external validation. I went internal to understand why was I looking for external validation. And then I realized that all the while I was already qualified to help the people I'm here to help. So I'm going to share with you my exact fully booked formula. It's called the 4+1 fully booked formula. And you can take this formula and get fully booked, grow your business to a point where you blow your own damn mind. Now, when I implemented this formula, I became fully booked with my one-on-one coaching clients, and then I launched a group program that became fully booked as well. So if you implement what I'm going to share with you today, you're going to become fully booked. And I have client testimonials to prove all of this. I want you to watch this video the way it is meant to be watched. Not as something you just take notes, but something that you let land. Because if this system clicks for you, you will understand why being fully booked stops feeling like pressure. It feels inevitable. In fact, statistically, when you implement this 4+1 fully booked formula, your success is inevitable. Okay, let's start with the most important refrain. Visibility alone doesn't create clients. What create clients is conversion systems. Okay. Most female entrepreneurs are visible, but they are visible without authority, being seen without being chosen. You want people to choose you. You want people to find you as the only option for them. Many business owners I see, they are posting, but they are not selling. They are teaching, but they are not positioning themselves to become fully booked. Being fully booked isn't just about motivation or coincidence. It's about having the right structure in place and executing it consistently. This video is for you if you are already skilled and experienced, you have an offer you believe in. Ideally, you have an offer you've sold. Okay. So if you've at least made one sale, that proves to me that someone in the market is willing to exchange their hard earned dollars in exchange for your services. This video is for you as well if you're tired of random marketing and if you want predictable, aligned clients. Now, this training is not for people looking for hacks. I'm not going to teach you how to hack the Instagram algorithm. This is for women who are ready to step into authority. I call this expert brand authority without burning out yourselves. The system I'm about to teach you is called the 4+1 fully booked formula. This formula is my framework and is built on two simple parts. 4 weekly visibility moves and then 1 monthly conversion event. And I'm going to break all of these down. Together, they create rhythm, trust, and predictability. This is exactly how my clients become fully booked. Okay, let's go to the first one. The first move is 1 YouTube video per week. 1 long form video per week. Now, I want you to understand this, that research shows that people buy when they feel connection. People buy when they feel connection. But then how do people connect? How do people connect? Do you think people connect by watching a 7-second Instagram reel? Is that how connection is formed? No. Connection is formed through video. Video is the fastest way to build connection, is the fastest way to build trust. This is research backed. In fact, people come on a call with me on a coffee chat and they tell me, I feel like I know you so well. The only reason they feel like they know me so well is because they've binged my YouTube videos. That's exactly what I teach my clients. When you put out 1 video per week, this is a short 30-minute video, just 1 video per week, that allows people to understand who you are, to get to know you, the way you think, your philosophy, the way you do business, the way you get people results. You cannot get that in a carousel reel or a carousel post on Instagram. People feel connected to me so much because they watch my YouTube videos. Because video builds connection. People get to look at you in the eye and they can see you're genuine. Okay, so that's how you want your people to see you. High ticket clients want connection. When you allow people to get to know you, to learn from you, to learn your philosophy via video, that's the fastest way to sign high ticket clients. People do not want information anymore. In the world of ChatGPT, there's information all over the place. People want transformation. And when you post 1 YouTube video per week, it's value based. Okay, so the video you're creating is answers to questions that your target audience are already searching for. So think about this. What is your target audience typing on Google right now? What are they searching for? That's the content you need to be creating on YouTube. Now, think about this. ChatGPT now is where SEO is going. And did you know that AI now indexes videos? I had a client come the other day and she said she searched something on Google, and ChatGPT, you know how you search something and then there is an AI overview? One of my videos came up as a recommendation. That's because AI now indexes videos. The words you speak in the video is indexed by AI. So 1 long form video, just 1 per week. And then through that, you not only grow, the goal is not to grow viral. Okay. The goal is not to grow your subscriber list. The goal is not to monetize your YouTube channel. No. In fact, at the time of recording, I have 120 subscribers. And from my YouTube channel, I'm making over $25,000 every single month. People, many people don't comment on my videos, right? So each of my video, I give value and then I make a call to action. That's what I help my clients do. Exactly the questions your dream buyers are searching for right now on Google. Those are the YouTube videos you're going to create. High ticket clients do not buy from posts. Okay. Now, I post on Instagram myself. However, not one client has come from Instagram. People don't buy from posts. From Instagram, they go on YouTube and then they binge my content on YouTube and then they take action. Now, this is not to say it's not possible to sell on Instagram. The people who sell on Instagram are people who have $7 courses, people who have $27 programs. For you as a high ticket coach or consultant, your offers will start from 5K, 10K, 15K. Those kind of clients come from connection, and that connection is built in long form video. And here's the thing no one tells you: Instagram, TikTok, and all of those social media is built for entertainment. People go there to escape from their lives. I know. People are not in a buying mood on Instagram. But guess what? People who go on YouTube, research shows that on average, they spend over an hour on content on YouTube. So imagine someone investing an hour of their time watching your content. By the time they're done, they feel like they know you, they feel a connection, and then they're ready to take the next action. The people on YouTube are there searching. They're searching for answers to their problem. And that's why it baffles me how not many high ticket coaches and consultants are taking advantage of YouTube. In fact, research shows that there are, is it 3.5 billion YouTube users? That's huge. That's people who are ready to buy your services. Now, YouTube compresses months of trust into hours. The amount of time it takes people to trust you on social media is longer compared to YouTube because on YouTube, they get to watch longer content. Now, your job is not to convince people. Okay. Your job is to let the right people decide they're ready to work with you. So that's move number one. Move number one is one YouTube video per week. Now, I know you're asking the question, oh, I don't know what content to create. I can help you. I can help you find the exact content your audience are searching for every day right now so that you position yourself in front of people who are ready to buy. Okay, I'm going to go to move number two. Move number two is to do 2 podcast guest interviews per week. Yes, this is where momentum accelerates, my friends. Podcast guesting allows you to borrow the trust of somebody else. Now, if you are starting out or if nobody knows you in the industry, in your industry, then it is unlikely that people will trust you, right? If you are just launching your business or you're in business for less than a year or you don't have as many clients as you want, that's because people don't trust you yet. It takes time to build trust. But here is what smart business owners are doing. They are borrowing the trust of somebody else. When you're interviewed on a podcast, you are borrowing the trust of the podcast host, which is like genius, right? And now here's the thing. Podcast hosts are looking for guest expert. Okay. And I have created an amazing system where I help my clients get on 2 podcasts every single week in an aligned way. Now, I know maybe you've watched some training in the past and people say how to guest on people's podcasts. You have to search on Apple Podcasts and then you have to send them pictures. But here's my system. I use AI, an AI powered platform that automatically finds and pitches for you, which is incredible. So instead of wasting time drafting emails and wondering whether you got the right connection email with the host, all of that is taken away by AI. And that's why my clients get results, right? So imagine being booked on 48 podcasts. So if you come work with me over the course of 6 months, you're going to get booked on 48 podcasts. These are podcasts with your ideal listeners already listening. Now, research shows that podcast listeners are over 70% more likely to invest than people who don't listen to podcasts. When people listen to podcasts, they are interested in growth. They are interested in personal development. They are interested in moving their lives to the next level. So imagine positioning yourself on those podcasts where people are already listening. Thousands of people are already listening, and then you get interviewed as an expert. Gosh, that's what blows up your business. So that's weekly move number 2. You guest on 2 podcasts every week. Now, you are not sending random pitches. I help you. Like I said, it's an AI powered platform that already has a list of the podcast looking for guests. And the platform uses AI to match you to the aligned podcast, which is amazing. Okay, and this is why I teach my clients inside of my program. Okay, let's move to move number 3. Move number 3 is that you're going to email your list 3 times per week. Now, have you heard of this phrase that says the money is in the list? Yeah. If you are not consistently mailing your list, you are losing out. My business has grown exponentially since I have been very consistent with my email marketing. Now, first, you have to grow your list. Okay, you have to start a list if you don't have a list yet. Many women that come to me, they don't have any list, or if they have a list, it's a cold list, meaning they don't email their list consistently. I have an 80-20 rule, which means 80% of the time you are giving your list incredible value. And then you only sell about 20% of the time. That's, in fact, I have no time to show you my email open rate, close rate, and conversion rate. This is how you automate your business, my friends. When you automate your emails in fact, I have mine automated for the whole month, right? So you just sit down, use your email marketing tool, and you automate your entire emails. You get it to go out at specific times of the day on specific days. So you could choose Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, depending on your niche and depending on your audience. You just set this up and then the emails go out automatically. The money is in the list. I can tell you that. So that's the third move, 3 emails per week. Now, move number 4 is 1 relationship touch point. Now, this is very important because this is how you grow your network, your collaboration, your reconnection. Now, I did a video where I was showing how networking helped me to make $80,000 over the course of 7 months. $80,000 over the course of 7 months just from networking alone. So this is why in my program, the number 4 strategy is networking, touch points, making connections, talking to real human beings. That's how you grow your referral base. That's how you grow your partnerships. That's how you grow your collaborations. I have done series of collaborations with other coaches. I have spoken at conferences. I have done IG live collabs. That's how you grow your network. Now, this is why this formula works. Everything builds on top of each other. So that's the 4 weekly moves. And then lastly, it's the monthly conversion event. This is where everything comes together. 1 live workshop or masterclass per month. Why does this work? Well, it replaces constant DM selling. You remove the pressure of constantly selling in on Instagram, you're not hoping for clients. You're actually creating clients because in your workshops you get to sell one to many. Now, there's a lot of research that shows why being in a workshop setting or a masterclass setting gives people that feeling that they want to work with you. Because when you are hosting a workshop, you are automatically seen as the expert because you're talking to these groups of people and you are sharing valuable content in the workshop. And after giving content and giving a transformation, then you invite them to take it to the next level. People who are ready to take it to the next level will come work with you. Now, this is how I have been able to create my business in a mathematical form. Okay, so if you haven't downloaded my 10K month calculator, go to my link in bio. You should see that. And essentially, the way I am able to help my clients predict their income to the nearest dollar is because we look at the statistics from their workshops. So, what that means is you look at how many people register for your workshop. That tells you whether your workshop is compelling. Then you look at how many people actually show up live for your workshop, how many people stay till the end for your workshop, how many people take action in your workshop, and how many people book a consultation from your workshops. Those are the numbers we track. And because we are tracking these numbers, we can keep refining to make it better. So, for example, let's say you had 30 people attend your workshop, and then let's say only 5 people still stay till the end. Well, that statistic tells us that your content was boring. Okay, so if 25 people dropped off, then your content was boring. Okay, so let's say all 30 people stayed till the end, and then you make an offer, and then nobody takes you up on the offer. That's a statistic that tells us that your offer isn't compelling enough. So, can you see how we can predict your income by refining all of those numbers? When you have a predictable business, you take the stress off. Okay. So, your monthly conversion event, that's where people come to convert, especially your warm leads, convert from being leads into clients. Now, I teach my clients to sell directly in the workshop and also give people the opportunity to book a call. So some people on the call will be ready to take action, but some other people will want to book a call to talk to you first. So you give people both options and we track all of these numbers. That's how we get fully booked. Okay, now let me show you what implementation actually looks like. Inside my program, I don't just teach this system, I help you execute it. So imagine this: you come into my program over the course of 6 months, you get interviewed on 48 podcasts. Imagine your voice being heard on 48 different podcasts where your dream clients are already listening to. Imagine these people hearing you once, then again and again and again. And here's how this compounds. You do the podcast interview one time, as more people keep finding the podcast episodes, you keep getting new leads into your business. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. If you're tired of running after leads, if you want people to come to you instead, the 4+1 fully booked formula is the formula you need to implement right away. When people implement this formula, they stop explaining themselves on sales calls. Have you been on those sales calls and you are explaining yourself, trying to teach people what the value is? The reason you are needing to explain yourself over and over is because you do not have content that pre-sells for you. That's why your weekly YouTube video does the pre-selling for you, because you give value and then people understand your process, they understand your psychology, they understand how your offer works, how your program works. And those that get on a call with you, they are ready to go. In fact, I have people come on calls with me and they are already pre-sold and they're just there to ask for the payment link. And then when they pay, I had 2 clients last week. Each of them thanked me for accepting them into my program. Why do you think that happened? That happened because I have so much content on YouTube. In fact, I think I have over 100 videos at this point, which is which is very crazy to say. Okay? So, this is my 4 plus 1 fully booked formula. Most people don't struggle because of lack of information. I'm telling you, the information I'm sharing with you today, in and of itself, wouldn't get you fully booked. The reason why people struggle is because they lack structure, support, and accountability. I know all of the things I said today, I'm sure you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm sure you've watched a number of workshops in the past. This is not the first training you're watching about this. But why aren't you fully booked yet? The reason you are not fully booked yet is because you do not have the structure, you do not have the support, you do not have the accountability, the weekly accountability to take action every single week. And that's what I will help you do. If you are tired of experimenting, if you're tired of throwing spaghetti at the wall, if you're tired of jumping from one strategy to the next, I invite you to take the next step to become fully booked. Below this video, you're going to find a link to book a coffee chat with me. On this call, I'm going to ask you a few questions about where you are at in your business. I'm going to ask all of the things you've tried in the past, and then I'm going to evaluate if you are a right fit for this program. Now, I only work with women who are ready to implement. Women who want predictable clients, they want predictable income, they want to feel peace, joy, calm in their businesses. Those are the women I work with, and they want a business that finally works. If this video, all I've said today, if it resonates with you, I want you to trust that feeling inside of your gut. You wouldn't be listening to this video if you weren't ready for next level. I want you to take your business to the next level because as women, when we have financial stability, when we have financial sovereignty, and we have a business that fills us with joy, that fills our bank accounts, we show up differently. When women make money, I believe the world changes. There's a difference between women having money and men having money. Women are still heart centered. They are so loving. They use their money for good. That's my experience, anyways. If you're a man watching this, no hard feelings, okay? But in my experience, when women have money, they do good things. I'm gonna give you an example. I had a friend. I have a friend. She's a medical doctor and she's a coach for medical doctors. And her son, I think her son was 14 years old, and he was doing amazingly well in school because they had this new program that they had implemented, extracurricular program, that the son absolutely loved this event. After a few months, her son comes home and he's crying. And she says, "What's the matter?" And he says, "Oh, this program has been axed. It's no longer available. They said this program no longer exists." So this my friend, this medical doctor and a doctor for coaches for doctors, goes into the school, books an appointment to talk to the head teacher, and then asks the head teacher, why was this program taken away? My son absolutely loves this program. And the head teacher says, "Oh, there is no more budget for this program. There's no budget. That's why the program has ended." And guess what? This, my friend, this medical doctor takes out her checkbook and she asks the head teacher, "How much does this program cost for the entire school?" And she writes a check for the entire school to have this program back. That story, when she told me, it hit me because the only reason she was able to do that was because she has a successful business. She's grown her wealth, and look at the impact she was able to make in that school. So, this is why I tell you that when women make money, the community changes. And that's my passion. My passion is to help women build successful businesses, businesses that help you leave a legacy for your children. Now, I want you to send me a private DM. You can go on Instagram, find me on Instagram, send me a private DM, or use the link below to book a coffee chat. I cannot wait to help you remove all of those mental roadblocks, the roadblocks that has been telling you you're not good enough, the roadblocks in your mind that has been telling you you need certifications, you need you need XYZ certification, or you need to take more courses, more programs. No, no more. It ends here. The people you're here to serve are waiting for you. And the 4+1 fully booked formula is going to help you to become fully booked. It's going to help you to get to multiple six figures and even seven figures in your business if that's what you desire. This is the formula that can help you get there. Why does this work? Because this is not about hustle. This is about setting up yourself as the authority. I know many people come to me and they say, "Oh, I don't think I can host workshops, or I don't think I can be a guest on other people's podcasts." I want to tell you, yes, you can. Because take it from somebody who English is not my first language. English is my second language. In fact, I started to learning to speak English at the age of 25. If you know anything about my story, I left my home country at the age of 25 in search of a better life. And that's when I started learning how to speak English. Now, I give you that example because when I was ready to grow my business, the inner critic in my mind kept telling me I didn't have what it takes, or it kept telling me I don't speak right. People don't understand how I speak. It kept telling me, oh, you have 50 pounds to lose. You're too fat to be on YouTube. All of these excuses, my survival brain was feeding it to me. And I know very likely you think you're not good enough. But I want to tell you, you are. You are more than worthy to create an extraordinary business, a business that fulfills you, a business that feeds your lifestyle. And I want to help you get there. I will help you get there. And I'm so excited to help you get there because I've been on both sides. I've been on the poverty side and I've been on the wealth side. I know what it feels like to struggle with money. I was born into abject poverty. And I know what it feels like to finally be free, to finally not keep thinking about money constantly. And that's where I want you to get to. And you will only get there when you stop doubting yourself. You have structure, you have accountability, you have a system that works. You have someone who believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. You have someone who coaches you. In fact, I have a client currently. Her name is Dr. Leah. And in fact, in just 3 weeks, the transformation she has experienced, like the email she sends to me about her transformation, I just break down in tears. And this is support she wouldn't have had if she didn't come to work with me. That's the level of support I give to my clients. And I cannot wait to help you get to the next level. I'm also going to add below a list to my client testimonials so you can go watch video testimonials of people who have worked with me and what they say about working with me. I help people get results, and I cannot wait to help you get results. I hope you can feel my passion and my love for the work I do. This is wishing you so much love, joy, peace, and I want you to continue sharing your light with the world. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I cannot wait to meet you on our coffee chat. Stay blessed and keep smiling.